Cobblestone on Main at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster. I love reading reviews. And I went to the Cobblestone on Main Facebook page. It's just facebook.com/Cobblestone on Main. And I saw this review left. Best calamari I've had in a while. So tender and fresh. The staff is very friendly, and the building is something to see. Converted historical barn in Webster. Great job by the owner. I couldn't agree more, but it's a renovated cobblestone church. And I only say that, not to be like sound smug and a jerk, but because it's a farm-style restaurant. When you're in there, you can't tell that it used to be a church. But I'll tell you what, they got the spirits. They got craft cocktails to match your mood and match the season, match the weather, right? You sit down at that upscale bar and you order yourself something delicious. Maybe you get a shareable like the Poo Tots. It's house-made tater tots, crispy bacon, Yancey's cheese curds, house-made gravy. Poutine Tots. It's a great shareable. You got to admit. It's ingenious what's going on food-wise over at Cobblestone on Main. And then they have intimate dining. And the great thing is, if you were in the back, because it's two cobblestone buildings put together, it's almost soundproof. Like they could have music and some stuff happening in the main dining room, but you're in the back, you just hear it very softly, though. It's really just an awesome, awesome place. If you have not been there, put it on your list. You know, eat local. Cobblestone on Main at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster.
From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Day 2 of Tampon Face.
I see that.
Yeah.
Did they let you keep it at least? So it could give the weather?
That's unbelievable. So I don't know if it's... does it hurt now?
Yeah.
I will tell everybody the answer is no. But it does. And I say no because I don't think anybody gives a fuck.
Appreciate your honesty.
I don't think that there's a person
We care.
that gives a shit. And what are they going to do? You know what I mean?
Did you need a hug?
Like if you say to somebody,
I would have had somebody give you a body massage.
no, but do you understand? Like what's anybody
Stay
do?
with the face.
Yeah, so they can go, so they can look at you and go,
Oh,
I know. I'm sorry to hear that. So I just go, no, everything's great. No, it hurts. It's annoying. I was going to take most of this off today, but they kept saying, wait, don't shower. So I did like
an Irish shower?
yeah, I did an Irish shower. You can't wash your hair because you can't get it wet. That can happen tomorrow, but it's supposed to happen later in the day. But I said, listen, I got a ton of shit that starts extremely early tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, you're probably right. And so I got to do that.
I have an idea.
Is it draining at all, or is it just...
No, it's just sewn up, but they had to go in a little deeper than they did it once and
Not
then they had to
just
go
the
back. They had to go back and go for more.
If this were 5 years ago and you can get those bags at Wegmans, those grocery bags, put it around your head, tie it, and then
got
take
him.
a shower.
I gave him a whole box of them.
I have a whole box of them.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You could
I got them on the black market.
do
Oh,
like
wow.
tie it around what? Your face?
Yeah, around your head.
Just leave a breathing hole.
I'm joking, of course.
No,
it's
I think that'd
stupid.
actually
It's
be
like you would
kinda-
suffocate.
It was
kinda
weird
funny.
going. It was weird going to the Target in Pennsylvania and actually getting a plastic bag. I'm like, oh, y'all don't care about the environment down here.
Right.
I'm an
is
idiot.
weird.
I still keep forgetting to get bags when I go
There's
grab
cer-
stuff, and I'm like carrying crap out of Wegmans like an idiot.
There's still well.
And they judge you when you're like, do you want a paper bag? No, I'm good. I got like 6 things.
There's
I don't want to spend the nickel. I'll just carry it.
some
They're in the
places.
car.
Some places can still use them.
The Chinese restaurant still uses them.
Yeah, and there's other semi-grocery stores that still use them. I will not name them because I don't know if it's how they got grandfathered in. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're just pushing their luck.
I believe I may have gotten one of Jimmy Z's the last time I was there.
Probably.
Wow.
But
Well,
I
he
think
was going out.
I think he bought them all in bulk when they were on sale before the government changed the rules.
Jimmy Z was going out in a blazing glory. F you, Hochul. I'm going to use plastic bags until we close this place at the end of February 29th. Take that.
That's the yeah.
Now, my wife has like these special bags that like you buy ahead of time that you put your groceries in that save the environment.
You mean the reusable ones that everybody has?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but I always forget them.
Yeah.
She goes, keep them in your car, so when you go in, you could use it. But I never remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
write yourself a little note, put it on the dashboard like you're 90.
Oodling did not have to go grocery shopping. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, probably.
no, I don't think like that.
I forgot.
I just don't think.
Again. Okay, Dan, we understand. You just don't have to shop anymore.
Well, next time you go, just pick me up a bottle of Advil.
Okay.
Like,
Do you want the liquefied kind?
That's the thing is like I go somebody came in here and was talking to me and they go and they go, it's just like you, does it hurt? And I said no, and they go, come on, and I go, yeah, but I'm gonna say no because there isn't a person on the planet that gives a flying fuck one way or the other. I go, what are they gonna do? Bring me a bottle of Advil? I mean, what are they gonna do?
Yeah,
people don't care. I mean, and that was like, here's the thing that I as I kind of think that way. My thing to anybody would be, do whatever you want to do and stop doing it for the reaction of others. Because no matter what anybody says to you, they don't really care.
No.
I mean, they do.
They're just making
I
conversation.
understand. They care. They care. People care. There are people that care about you. But most of the time, like even if they're going to ridicule you, it's 3 minutes and then they're on to something else. It doesn't matter. Go do what you want to do and don't listen to anybody.
What kind of pain is it? Is it like, ouch,
Just
it
that-
hurts like a son of a bitch? Or
Nah,
is it just
just
that annoying?
Just that dull, aching, never-ending, always
like
there.
almost like a sinus, like your head's congested kind of dull pain?
No,
headache-ish?
because it was more than I expected. So it's double stitched. I said this all, it's I'm repeating myself,
Like
but
an
it
extra
was
stitch for daddy?
It was underneath it. They do stitches that'll dissolve. Then on top they do stitches
They have to take out.
that they have to take out because they want to tighten it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go back in next week and get those out.
Okay.
So, but that's it. That's all.
You're not going to have your bandage do the weather or anything like that? Or?
No,
No?
not anything. I did do that with. Yes, I did do that in the past, didn't I? Well, we're trying to make something out of nothing.
He's not hack anymore, Dan.
No. I was working.
I'm still
I was,
hack.
I was working at a different company, and that got around the building. Hey, you won't believe what they did on the show on Weezy's show today. Go what? They had his tumor give the weather.
Yeah, I did the weather tumor. So I did do. I asked his permission before.
I'm sure.
I did it.
I know you did.
asked
I
his
know you did.
permission.
I don't care, bro.
I could do that. I could say that. I will say like this is like a minor form of skin cancer, but it does make you kind of think, because when they said to me, I was expecting to be like in and out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said to me, they call me and go 2 to 4 hours is what we're expecting. Well, so I'm like, all right, yeah. And I know that as though I'm not super young, I am for what they see. And, because there's the one guy in front of me, they ask your birthday, and he gives 1938 was the year, right? So that's like the average in there. And then there's me. So I
was before the boom.
So I thought for sure, like, they'll cut it and then they test to make sure they got it all. And then they come in and sew you up. So I'm waiting, and then they go, oh, we got to go back in. And there's some over here, and they show you on it. I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to know. Just get it out. Just get it out. And
As you're listening to Tim McGraw on repeat, Live Like You're Dying.
no, they let you choose your own music. They let you choose
Talk
your own
about
music.
the options.
She said to
Even
me,
they're like, John Hyatt, really?
well, I didn't say John Hyatt. I said John Mayer. But she said to me, the only thing he may turn off is
Cancer is a wonderland.
So, see, that's the thing is, so you start thinking, and I go, how much time do you have? Right?
Yeah.
And I know that I don't know, it's been this weird thing lately for me, because I go, I really believe you can do or be or have whatever you want in life. You can. But we don't. And the reason we don't is because of all the restrictions we put on ourselves and all the stupid thinking and all the resistant thinking. Well, I can, or I want, blah, blah, blah. But you want stuff because you believe you'll be better off for having it. Maybe it's a bigger house, a nicer car, a lover, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like those things. And I don't know, but we get it. And then it becomes like our reality. So we just sort of move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You're always wanting,
Yeah.
right? You're always wanting. Like there's always that thing. But I go, it's fleeting, but why do you want it at your core? Like, why do you want something at your core? What is it? Satisfaction? Maybe Like you want a bigger house so every kid can have their own room. Maybe you're having a blended family now and you need a bigger house, and there's this house and it's not closing and whatever. There's all this hang up on it. And I go, well, go back to the reason why you want it. You want it so everybody can have an ease and a flow to life and their own space and all that stuff. Go back to that. The house that you're trying to get, maybe there's one that's better. You know, it's in the ideal school districts. Maybe there's one better right there that you don't know about. Just go back to that feeling. Same thing with people, right? I want this, but maybe to go back to what you want,
yes.
the core base reason of why you want it. There may be someone better. The players may be different, but even better than you ever expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know why I keep thinking about that. So that's why I feel like your plan isn't working out, and you're banging your head against the wall on something. Go back to the core feeling as to why you want this or what you think. And usually it's satisfaction, abundance, whatever it is. Go back to that and try to just hold on to that feeling. And I guarantee, man, everything's going to work out for you. It may not work out the way you're picturing it in your mind now. It may be different people, different players, different things, but it probably will be better.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why. I've been thinking of that a lot. You know, a lot.
Well, just one of these nights, make sure you teach one of us how to upload the show so we can do the tribute when you're gone.
It's very easy to do. It's just a push of a button.
Well, you're not going to do a tribute with me? It's me? Thanks, Dan. Prick.
Nah,
I'll call Doug.
It just all hit me at once. Well, because like here's the thing.
Yeah.
Before
You say let go and let God.
Yeah.
Well, same thing. That's what I'm saying. Let go of wanting the house, wanting the person, wanting the lover, maybe that person that you're banging your head against the wall isn't the right person, but go back to what you want.
Right.
I want connection. I want ease and flow with somebody. I want these things. It'll happen. It just may not happen the way you're expecting it to, but it could be even better.
God's
and
plans
probably will be better. Do you know
better
what I'm
than our
saying?
plans. Right.
And I'm saying the same thing, just in a different way.
Right. No.
Whether
No,
it's a house, whatever. But stop banging your head against the wall and try and just stop.
No, I had a thought, and
Yeah.
then Kevin derailed it because I thought about when he said about tribute to you, and I'm like, okay, now how do I transition out of that? But what was interesting to me was about a week ago I had a physical, right?
Yeah.
And
You have 3 balls?
What's that?
What?
Yeah.
Turn your head and cough.
So what happened was,
down there.
so yeah, I've had some health scares the last couple of years, but everything worked out well, you know, and everything turned out fine. But the doctor goes, all right, we're going to check your moles. I go, I've never really had those checked. All right. He goes, it shouldn't take long. And I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm noticing moles that I've never noticed before.
Yeah.
They've always been there.
Right.
But all of a sudden now, I'm conscious of it.
Because it puts it in your head, right?
Right.
It's
All of a sudden, it's like, well,
you buy a white car and now you're seeing all these other
I'm
white
like,
cars.
Is
on the
that
road.
new? Is that new?
Yeah.
Is that no? None of
was
them.
your
None of them were
penis.
new. But I don't remember seeing you last week thinking that you needed something removed from your face because it looked normal. So I'm wondering, like, how microscopic was it that they noticed it?
No,
Because
I noticed it.
Okay.
So I
Because that's what scared me is that I don't notice anything on your face that was unusual for you to need to have surgery. That's what scares me.
oh
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you noticed it, but
Yeah.
I mean, none of
Sure,
us
also not a trained medical doctor to know what you're looking for. You might have just thought it was a bump or a herp or something.
or nothing.
or nothing
Or is it?
or nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why it's like, okay,
All right, so
should I be looked at?
Yeah. Well, everybody, you should probably be looked at. They'll tell you. So I go every 6 months, and then when there was the transition to doing this, and I didn't have health insurance anymore, I went in for an appointment, and they said, "Oh, I had new health insurance. We don't take this health insurance." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, then can I pay cash for today?" And they said, "No, because it has to go through insurance." They're like, "I'm sorry, we can't see you." So this person I had gone to for well over a decade and had actually saved my life because she found what she believed to be a melanoma, which is the deadly cancer, and said had she let it go to when you would normally, a dermatologist would go, "Yeah, that's all right. You better go have that looked at." She thinks it would have been too late because it was so close to your sinuses and all this stuff. So I went to the same guy 10 years ago who removed this thing and got it out. And it got clean borders, no problem. And he said to me, "Man, it's so small." He goes, "I don't know. She may be right, but I wouldn't call it a melanoma yet." That's what he said. She said melanoma. Okay. But either way, wonderful. So now I'm like, well, what do I do? Well, I got new insurance, and I, like most people, you get caught up. I procrastinated, and finally I'm like, man, this thing on my lip is weird, and it seems to be growing, and it's like this, I don't like it. So I went to exactly where the doctor who told me, that doctor's office said, right across, we'll take your new insurance. They'll take it. You should go there. Well, I did nothing, right? I was somewhat embarrassed when I left because you're like, oh, sorry, get out. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It wasn't the case. It wasn't the case, and I understand the medical stuff. So I finally went over to this doctor, and she did possibly a more thorough exam than the other doctor. I mean, I was naked, everything. And she goes, yeah, I think that is probably a basal cell. Above my lip, really small, but it was starting to bubble up a little bit.
It's the Italian one.
And yes, so I went and they did a biopsy. She goes, it is, and this was October, and she said, we'll get you in. She goes, would you go see Dr. Brown? I said, yeah, I've gone to him before. She goes, I think he's excellent. They'll remove it. Something we can't do in the office. They got to get clean borders and all that. Well, that was October. They couldn't. He was booked out till March. So I got on a waiting list thinking I would get in, and I didn't. And nothing ever happened, and here we are in March. So I got it done. And I don't know.
Well, I was sitting in my doctor's office last week because I had that whole congestion thing going on, and I finally went to the doctor. And I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn to be called, and somebody's on the phone. They're like, yeah, we're taking new patients. We're booking out to March of 2025.
Yeah, I know.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But the healthcare system's not broken at all.
I woke up with puffy eyes a few years ago, really puffy eyes, and I thought maybe it was a cashew or something that I had. So, because I'd never had
Not in the
cashews.
eye?
Okay.
So at work I had because my boss used to have like stacks and stuff. So I had some cashews. All of a sudden, next thing you know, my eyes are huge.
Yeah.
So I go to the doctor and they prescribe prednisone, and they go, "We're going to have you speak to an allergy doctor." Okay. So the earliest we could get you in, now this was in September of 2019. The earliest we could get you in is July of 2020.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And they run all the tests. No, you're not allergic to anything. I'm like, well, then what happened? We don't know.
Yeah. They don't know.
But I had to wait like 9 months
Yeah.
to find out that, no, you're fine.
Yeah, I went 2 months ago for my colonoscopy, pre-screen, whatever thing. They're like, yeah, we're scheduling. It's going to be sometime in the end of June.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, great. I got the medication for it already. That came like 2 days after I was there, but like, yeah, that's not going to get lost in my house.
When I had my AFib, I had to wait 3 months before I could see a cardiologist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no rush.
Well, I mean, the thing is because it probably isn't going to kill you.
Yeah.
You're young, But it's funny you bring this up.
If it kills you, we don't have to worry about it.
This is a story from Phoenix, Arizona. It goes back to COVID, but there's a lawsuit, and you'll hear why in this.
An update tonight from the ABC 15 investigators. Caught on camera, Phoenix firefighters denying a sick woman an ambulance ride to the hospital.
To be honest, I just worked in the ambulance.
All right, so hang on. I'm going to start again. So they're denying her a ride to the hospital. She has COVID, okay? But you're bringing up all of the being booked out for months. Staff shortages.
Yes.
ABC 15's airing of that video prompted a fire department investigation.
And our senior investigative reporter, Melissa Blasius, is following up, getting a copy of that final report showing policy violations and for the first time answering why a firefighter would talk someone out of an ambulance.
Okay. Talk somebody out. Now you got to hear this guy when he's talking because it's through the doorbell ring cam, okay?
It's August 2021. Heidi Pate has COVID.
You just want to take her to the hospital? She wants to go to the hospital.
This is what her
All right, she wants to go to the hospital, and it's her son talking through the thing, and they said, do you want to take her? Okay.
doorbell camera captured a Phoenix fire captain, paramedic, and firefighter EMT talking to her son after responding to a 911 call without bringing an ambulance for Heidi.
That ambulance is $1,500. I mean, we'll take her. You got $1,500. I know what I'd like to do with $1,500.
Heidi explained to me.
Now, there's this whole investigation. This woman wanted, she wasn't even given the, it doesn't sound like they denied it, but it sounds like they're trying to sort of talk you out of it. And I wonder if they're talking you out of it because they're short-staffed. And she's not dying at the moment. She's still breathing. Yes, she probably does need to get to the hospital, but why spend the $1,500? You take her.
Yeah.
You take her.
Yeah.
Now, this woman's point is, I need someone to stay with my younger daughter. That was going to be what my son was going to do. He's like of driving age, 16, 17, I think, or maybe in his 20s. So I wanted to just go by the ambulance. That way he could stay home with her, keep her calm.
That her son needed to remain at home to care for her young daughter, but instead he ends up driving Heidi to the hospital where she's admitted for pneumonia.
I wanted to be treated with respect.
Fire department, what's the address of the emergency?
ABC 15 has covered multiple cases of ambulance denials in the city over the past 2
So I don't know if that's happening around here or not, but when you were bringing up, both of you guys bringing up, and me, right? Yeah. I was October, it was almost 6 months, 5 months.
Ambulances are tough because my wife had a situation 2 summers ago, and we called. She thought she was having a heart attack, like Dan over here, and we called the ambulance, and it took. We had 2 fire trucks there within a matter of a couple seconds, but the ambulance took like 25 minutes to get there.
Just because
there's no grease, there's no grease ambulance anymore, so it comes from wherever. And this one came from Hilton.
A lot of people think.
Then there was another call that came in. The next closest ambulance was in like North Chili, for like the grease area. If you're having an actual heart attack, you could be fucked.
So I worked with a guy. I worked with a guy who. Yeah, I know a guy whose wife called the ambulance. She found him dead, and the ambulance in Irondequoit took about 25 minutes to get there. I know a gentleman who owns a baseball team in Geneva and Newark, and he was telling me that he used to be able to rely on the ambulance to buy sponsorships. And he said they had to stop because they weren't getting paid, because this is during the heroin epidemic, right?
Yeah.
Where people were ODing and they weren't getting paid.
Well, let me ask you, for Little League and baseball games, your kids don't play, but hockey, do they have an ambulance?
No. High schools, they were not for like high school hockey, but I know football, they have to have an ambulance on site.
They have to have an ambulance.
There was some scheduling issues this year.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get an ambulance.
Right. I never thought of that until just now.
Yeah.
It's the only sport that requires, I think, an ambulance.
But I think
the pro sports like the Nighthawks, the Amherst, the Red Wings, they all have to have an ambulance.
I'm talking about high school, just high school level, and college.
I thought when I was a kid in my Jerkwater town, when I played Little League, I thought they had an ambulance at all the fields.
Not when I played in a Jerkwater town too, and it was only just football games.
We never had one when Tyler played baseball.
Well, there was always one for the football games, but I thought when I played Little League, there would be an ambulance sort of in the circle at the Stanford Town Hall.
Okay,
maybe, and we're going back, and don't forget. There wasn't...
But that was back when all the towns had all their volunteer ambulances.
They had volunteer ambulances, and literally across the street from the ball field was the firehouse, right? So that makes sense now that I'm thinking at it. And I think they came down to the town rec sometimes, too.
The baseball field in Greece is right behind the firehouse.
Yeah.
So
did they hit a special button when someone hit a home run?
No. But, no, you got a free hot dog. You get a free hot dog. You got a free hot dog if you hit a home run. Yep, and then the coach would take everybody to Campy's, which is Campanella's, which for soft ice cream and stuff.
That's why I led the league 6 years in a row in home runs, Dan. My free hot dog.
The great Hambino.
But wow, that's a strange thing. Is it because we're not getting volunteers anymore?
They've been priced out. There's just private. There's 2 private companies now, AMS and Monroe in town.
Yeah.
I think they just have taken over. I mean. I know Victor still has, Chili still has.
I think Pittsford has or in Bushnell's Basin, I think I know there's a volunteer fire department, but
for ambulances.
But what about ambulance? But
Henrietta,
do you know anybody who's a volunteer fireman your age right now?
I know one that was a volunteer. He just graduated the academy. He just got hired full time
as a firefighter.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody your age around here? Not talking Silver Creek. That's a volunteer fire person.
My ex-wife was.
Your ex-wife
But I don't know anybody else.
Okay. I don't know anybody that's, I think, volunteer that I know. I know some guys who were like, Chief, I don't think I know anybody volunteer, which is sort of a scary thing when you think about it, because as much as I would always joke they were cellar savers when I was a kid, it was something funny that I had heard in my town, but You need those people at least.
A lot of the smaller towns, like I know Hilton has a big volunteer force. They have 5 or 6 that are actual paid firefighters, and then everybody else
back home.
Because you'll get a call. We went to a floor hockey game for Brady, and there was a call that came in, and you just saw 78 cars just pile into the fire department.
Yeah,
parking anywhere they can, just hopping on the truck.
There was when we that gig I got basically booted from at the fireman's exempt hall. A lot of those guys do work full time, but then also volunteer in their town. So
a lot of them are retired too.
Yeah, retired guys, and then they go back and volunteer,
mm-hmm.
which I think is great. And in a way, now that I go, well, if you're going to talk about it, maybe you should do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Back home, they had to turn people away. They're like, okay, we have too many.
Yeah.
We don't have enough fires. They're doing victory laps around the house. But yeah, but it was like a badge of honor, though.
Yes,
like they love doing it.
Yes, that's the thing. But that's interesting with the ambulance. It's the cost, and I don't know that you have enough EMS workers.
And the ambulance cost it's a brutal ball to get too.
Ambulance used to be
they charge you by the mile. They charge you by this.
I was always $500 on my insurance. I thought. In the past. Now I don't know, $1,500. Like this guy to me almost sounds like
my mom was close to $3,300.
Yeah,
and they charged us mileage too.
Really?
Yeah, to go from my mom's house to Unity, which was an 8-minute drive all day long. 6 in an ambulance with the sirens going.
Well, there's a very famous story about Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman wrestling in Memphis. Andy Kaufman, of course, this was chronicled in the movie Man on the Moon about Andy Kaufman. And at one point he told Jerry, okay, pile drive me.
Yeah.
Jerry's like, okay. So he pile drives him safely. Well, Andy makes it look like he broke his neck.
Yes.
And he tells Jerry, give me an ambulance. He goes, Andy, an ambulance is going to cost $300. He goes, I'll pay for it. He goes, okay. And they bring in the ambulance.
Yeah.
He pays him cash. Next day, Jerry goes to see him. Did that really hurt you? He goes, no, you think they bought it? He goes, yeah, I think they bought it. He goes, why? You just did it for effect? He goes, oh, yeah.
He went into.
He goes, I just wanted to sell the idea that I had my neck broken by you. I was the big bad guy.
Yeah.
You're the hero.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, I'll pay the ambulance because he was a rich comedian at that point. He was famous, but he wanted to sell it so bad that he paid $300 for an ambulance back. That was a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, now it's. I thought it was $500 on my insurance. After insurance would cover up to, and then you were left with a deductible of like $500 on the insurance I had. I don't know about now.
When we paid it,
might have been changed.
I think we got $500 from insurance, and we were responsible for everything else.
Should we make a pact then? If one of us has to go to the ER, that the other two will drive us?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we know who it's going to be. It's going to be Dan. It's always Dan.
All right. Well, speaking of that, we will take a moment. Big changes in Buffalo.
Next segment.
Will Dan have a heart attack over this, or will he be happy?
Elsa, I'm coming.
We'll find out next. But first, Comedy at the Carlson has the hilarious April Macy tonight. That's Thursday, March 7th at 7:30. She'll be there tomorrow night for 2 shows, 7 and 9, and Saturday, March 9th for 2 shows, 7 and 9. You may remember her from the 4th season of NBC's Last Comic Standing. She's been everywhere. Matter of fact, she's a big performer for the USO. You got to really... I think she's been to 68 countries performing for the USO. April Macy, you will not be disappointed. Please lock those tickets down at carlsoncomedy.com.
BTB's wood-fired pizza and grill in the mall at Grease Ridge.
Myers RV, because you've been thinking about all the adventures you could unlock if you had a Myers RV in your driveway. You could go anywhere you want. You could go whenever you want. If you have a job that you can work remotely, you could go for as long as you want. I mean, these RVs are incredible, and you can see them right now at the Dome in Henrietta with free parking and free admission. You're going to be shopping the top RV brands like Jayco, Thor, Winnebago, Keystone, Brinkley, Forest River, and Grand Design. Plus, you know what they got going on? Motorhome Madness, featuring the best motorhome deals of the year. And like I said, free admission, free parking at the Dome, indoors and outdoors is the show. And you're going to shop over 175 new and used RVs all on display at the Dome. It's the huge RV show going on right now through this Sunday, March 10th at the Rochester Dome, 2695 East Henrietta Road. Unlock your RV adventure with the huge RV show at the Dome through this Sunday, 2695 East Henrietta Road, and online at MyersRVs.com.
Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Danny. My wife and your wife got to have a sleepover and fall asleep to NCIS. I never knew it was a thing until you just said it was a thing. Love you guys. See you.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Vilified wherever you get your podcast.
Danny, would you be in for that?
Yeah.
NCIS, the case of the scissoring wives.
NCIS Rochester.
Yeah. That would be weird.
Yeah, because it's on Ion, and then here's what's happened is that it's on in the days of like, you know, streaming and bulk watching television, binge watching, I should say. They now just put like episode after episode on every channel, right? So Ion has a bunch, and then when Ion's done, then another channel's going to have a bunch, and they alternate certain days. So there's not a night of the week where NCIS isn't binged by some channel somewhere.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I pretty much watched the entire series in the span of a week.
Do you like those shows?
It's grown on me. It'll suck you in.
Yeah.
It'll suck you in.
Yeah.
But I don't make a point to watch it.
Right.
Although I do really enjoy this new cast. Gary Cole's like the new boss, and he's so much cooler than the old boss, Gibbs, Mark Harmon.
Was Gary Cole in Talladega Nights?
Yeah, he played the dad.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
He also played the guy in Office Space.
Office Space. He was in, I think he played in, well, there's a whole bunch of things. The guy's been in everything.
Yeah.
But what's the lawyer movie that I really, the lawyer show that I really liked? Suits. He plays the DA, the district attorney.
Okay.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
He's fantastic.
And he always gets work.
Yeah. And he's cool, too.
Yes.
He's really cool. Like the last Mark Harmon was kind of like, he played this guy named Gibbs.
Yeah.
Gibbs was kind of like, he was a no-nonsense boss. Where Gary Cole's like, he's the cool boss. But he gets the job done.
How old is Mark Harmon? Can you look that up?
I think
Gary Cole was also in Dodgeball.
Oh, that's right.
He was
like
the
Gary Cole's had
Family
like
Guy.
a career of, he's done
He
everything.
plays the principal in Family Guy.
He's been everything from comedy to this.
Yes,
Pretty serious. Because Mark Harmon was a star quarterback at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
And like a really strikingly handsome guy.
His father played at Michigan.
Yes. And then I don't know why he didn't go pro. I don't know if he didn't have the opportunity or he just was looking to get into acting.
I don't know. If he would have gone pro, he would have been around the Jim Plunkett era, like the late 70s,
right.
early 80s.
That's what I mean. But
so that's interesting. Well, back then, I mean, like,
but he was a star.
Well, remember, like Terry Bradshaw was the backup to one of the Robertson dad from Duck Dynasty.
73 from Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon's 73. Okay.
Yeah, he just recently left the show.
Looks great.
He does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Mr. Robertson was actually the starting quarterback at Louisiana State.
Yeah, no, isn't that weird?
Well, not Louisiana, one of the Louisiana schools. And the reason he didn't go pro is because it interfered with hunting season.
Yeah.
Like, wow, nowadays it'd be like a no-brainer. Yeah, I'm going to the NFL. Back then it was a decision you had to make.
Well, I think you're right because didn't a lot of I don't know about then when Bradshaw played, but I thought some guys had off-season jobs.
Oh, yeah. They all did.
Yeah, doing stuff. Speaking of that, the Buffalo Bills are set to release Jordan Poyer, but that's not all, folks. They are also talking that they're going to release Mitch Morse, the center.
Yep.
So I wonder is there a chance that Jason Kelce comes out of retirement and he was a hit in the stands at Buffalo? Would he possibly be on the field? I don't think the answer is yes to that at all.
He dove through a table yesterday that was on fire. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he jumped through a table that was on fire.
Defensive back Saron Neal, wide receiver Deontay Hardy. I thought Hardy did okay.
Yeah, he didn't do much. He had that one big play against Miami.
Oh, that's right.
Just like Nyheim Hines had those two big plays against the Patriots 2 years ago.
And Tre'Davious White is going to be gone.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So
Morse and White are the big ones.
I got breaking news here, too, from Jay Glazer, if you want this one.
Yeah.
The Bills are releasing Greg Connors as well as a said Tom can stay, but Greg's got to go.
Wow, that's gonna hurt.
$30 million league-wide increase in the salary cap, but the Bills are still nearly $40 million over. So with this and the restructuring of Von Miller's deal, that puts them at saves them almost $36 million. Is that right?
Yeah, they're restructuring Russell Douglas too.
Yeah, they're breaking past that. So now they're going to take care of all that. So they were about $40 million, $43 million in the hole. So they're about break even or plus minus $3 million.
They're gonna have to cut Stefon Diggs yet.
Well, no. The story is that like they've structured the deal so next year, if they want to get rid of Diggs free and clear, they could do that after next season. And it won't really hurt them too much.
Okay, does this mean like they're all in on the offense?
Not necessarily.
Does that mean like are they going to go out and get a receiver? Or are they looking at look? There's quite a few receivers in this draft.
They were clearing space
class
up just to make the draft. I think.
Yeah, they have a
little free agency.
Oh yeah, they have 11 picks in the draft as of right now, and I think that they're going to trade up for guys that they like or trade back if there's a lot of depth in positions they need. Clearly, they need center, right? I mean, Connor McGovern's been moved over to center, but he's the only center on the roster at this point.
Right.
So you're going to have some depth there. They need receivers, period. They're going to need safeties, and they're going to need corners and linebackers. So they got their work cut out for them. I mean, but you have Josh Allen. So as long as you have a quarterback, you're going to be a playoff team. But, I mean, it may not be the year that you're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Is this an overstatement if I say that Josh Allen is one of the best 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the NFL currently?
It's a fact.
Yeah, I think so too. I really do. And
I would put it in this order: Mahomes, and then there's a tie between Allen and Burrow. When Burrow is healthy.
When Burrow's healthy, and he doesn't always stay. That's not entirely his fault. You need to get some guys in front of him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that was a lot of the problem for Russell Wilson. Was like that line that first season was like, what the fuck?
He just had nobody to throw to.
Yes, that's the other thing too.
Promising receivers that just didn't pan out.
So what do we think with receiver wise? Because I was kind of hoping Mike Evans, but then they re-signed him in Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
but I was kind of
the draft.
But the draft has some really great receivers. Was there a kid who broke the? Was it a receiver who broke the record
for? I think he went 4.22.
Yeah. That is
in the combine. Was that Neighbors or was that? I didn't
catch the name.
I didn't watch the combine.
I didn't watch the combine either.
I believe his name was Speedy as shit.
Okay.
Speedy as shit. Well, I kind of like these, and if you're a Bills fan, I think this is a good thing.
Sentimental, it sucks. Sentimentally, because White and Morse were among the first team to help them get back to the playoffs.
Yes,
White was the draft pick that they drafted in Sean McDermott's first draft, and he was fantastic. He was a lockdown corner.
And a lot of these guys like Poyer too and all were fan favorites. Did a lot of charity stuff for.
Poyer was a huge free agent signing when they signed him. That was a big get. He and Micah Hyde.
But I thought they brought a lot of charity work.
Oh yeah, they're great community guys.
Do they do the balls out bowling?
They might. I don't know. Yeah. I know that. I think Poyer had a softball tournament.
I think that was a softball game in
softball game.
Buffalo State.
Balls out bowling is something else.
Okay,
that's a naked bowling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's
that's for charity.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Area naturalists are hosting another balls out bowling event where you can bowl in the nude.
Oh, wow.
April 28th. The event is for anyone 18 and over.
Do they have the neon lights?
Who's the group sponsoring this?
Pittsburgh Area Naturalists.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said Aryan. I'm like, what?
No.
I'm like, that's an odd group to be having a naked bowling tournament.
Then again, I mean, if you're really proud of your skin.
Nudity is required with the exception that women can wear bottoms. Now, I want you to picture bowling. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the bending over, the whole thing. It's all. Yeah. And why wouldn't you let the guy wear bottoms? His balls are bouncing around and stuff, but it's called balls out bowling.
Think about the air in that place with the air machine on the ball return.
Yes.
How about that scene in Kingpin where Randy Quaid looks at Woody Harrelson and goes, "Geez, Mr. Munson, it's amazing to be in the presence of so many great athletes." And you see this fat guy drinking a beer. Now imagine them naked. Okay? That's what bowlers typically look like.
Those running the event say nudism does not equal consent and harassment, and it will not be taken lightly. Violators will be asked to lead. No photography or video is allowed. The event is a ticket event. No tickets will be sold at the door. And they also say sexual activity is not permitted.
So you can't talk shit. You can't get a blowjob. What the hell's the point of this thing?
Well, but this is how they live, though. They're nudists. Like, we knew a guy. We worked with a guy who was a nudist.
Who? Who did we work with that was a nudist?
He was an engineer.
Wait, that dude?
Yeah.
That guy who looked like an owl?
Yeah, he lived like a nudist.
He lived like a nudist?
Yeah, he was a nudist at home. He was a nudist.
It's my favorite Tim McGraw song.
He was a Wiccan, and he was a nudist.
Live like you're a nudist? Yes, he was a Wiccan, and then his wife died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were nudists.
They were nudists?
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's why you don't want to go to these things. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were nudists.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
an engineer. He'll remove your shorts.
So is this
You'll
like,
be nude.
are these nudist people that are
I don't
putting
know.
this on?
Well, there's a nudist place around here.
Okay.
Down, it's like in New Haven or something, or I don't know. It's not. It's out in 315.
New Canaan, you mean?
No.
Okay. I've never heard of a New Haven in 315.
I thought there's something out
Maybe.
there. I might have it wrong. But it's like it's a nudist resort, and you can go. And they had it, and it looks like, honest to God, they had everybody in the pool. And I go, I want to see the water level when they all get out, because it's all these big fat people that were sitting around the pool. But it's nudist. You can go down for the day, you pay, you can come in and hang out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There's Morovia, New York.
Yes, that's
and then
it.
there's also Sparkers, New York, which looks like it's near Ithaca.
Yeah, no, Morovia is the one.
Full Tan Sun Club and Empire Haven Nudist Park.
Empire Haven, that's what it is.
Okay.
Empire Haven,
Wow.
that's right.
Catch Morovia in Morovia.
Yeah, right.
That's like some type of disease.
And I don't think you have to be completely naked. But the weird thing
Yeah,
is,
but if you're going to do that, then you kind of have to play by their rules, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know.
We should
'Cause
go
if
there
you're
for the
not-
solar eclipse.
Because if you're not,
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
see all sorts of moons.
Yeah, you will.
because if you're not playing by,
Is that a black hole?
because it sounds like if you're not going in and being fully nude, and I would never do this, but then if you're not playing by their rules, then it's almost like you're trying to gawk. What's
Yes.
the point of going? You know what I'm saying?
Well, or maybe you're trying to test it out. You're uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You're sitting by yourself.
How are you going to test it out unless you take your clothes off?
Well, you get down to a Speedo or something, or maybe you get
You afraid your
embarrassed.
sundial's going to go off?
Yeah.
Just go out like Flea, put a sock on it. Or Bill Moran running through the halls of whatever.
St. John Fisher University at the, what was the dorm?
Oh, Dorsey Hall?
Dorsey Hall. That's right.
I wonder if this is how the Steelers are going to lure Russell Wilson to come to town with this nudist thing.
Oh, maybe. Balls out
I don't
bowling.
think he could do it, but
No, but he would. Maybe he can support it.
he could.
You know?
He could.
Or maybe he would send Sierra. That would be.
That would draw a lot of bowlers.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. A lot of boners. Speaking of teams, so Oakland A's, are they moving to?
Yeah, they're moving to
They're
Vegas.
moving to Vegas.
They are.
Yep.
Because they put out renderings. I had heard rumblings, but they put out renderings, and then I saw like their fan base went crazy, and they had to turn off the comment section on their Twitter.
Well, they're pretty hurt that they've lost the Raiders. Now they're losing the A's. But if you watch the A's over the years, there's nobody in that stadium, and the reason is because
It's a shit ass stadium.
no, it's literally a cesspool. It's been described as a literal cesspool. Like they don't even like the sewage. It's like raw sewage crap.
Really?
Yeah, it's terrible.
The A's gave that county and that town every opportunity to keep them, and they just would
They
not.
wouldn't do
Hang
it.
on a
They wouldn't do
second.
it.
What's the name of the? It's not Candlestick.
No, it's Oakland.
was- I remember
it
when
was
they had
Oakland
the
Alameda County Coliseum.
But I
That's
remember-
what the old name was.
Oh, okay, I remember when wasn't it the A's? Was I watching the A's when they had the earthquake?
Yeah, same
No,
stadium.
That's the Giants, and
Well, no, that was the Giants and the A's. It was the Bay Area series.
Yeah, it was the
but
Bay-
the earthquake was at Candlestick.
It was
Yeah,
at
the earthquake
Kansas
was
City,
in San Francisco.
and that was the
Yeah.
A's. Okay, I
it was
remember the
also
A's
at the
playing, but that
Newfield
was
in
the
that movie with The
Giants
Rock.
stadium. I
Yeah,
got
A's
you.
beat the Giants in '89.
Yeah.
4-1, I think.
Wow. Well, they go to Sin City, and it's an odd-looking stadium, but I kind of like it. It's almost like a parachute canopy over top to keep the sun out, but
Yeah.
you've got open air to cool things off. And
Yeah, it really is a cool. It's,
rendering.
kind
It
It's
looked
odd
cool.
that it's an open field stadium because Vegas is hot.
well, they put.
Canopy or not, it's hot as balls.
Well, there were two, right? They look like they had
Yeah, it looks like
double,
there's
and then
two.
I wonder if they run
looks like the Sydney
air
Opera House.
conditioning. Yes, it does. I wonder if they. I don't know what they do.
Well,
It's
if
cool.
anybody could run air conditioning in an open air area, it's a stadium in Vegas. Because if you go through Vegas, man, people are smoking in the casinos, and you have no idea. It's so well ventilated. You know, like I've been to Vegas a couple times. It's one big mall, but it's awesome. And then if you go outside on the Fremont Street is covered. Even though it's outside,
Yeah.
it's covered.
They got that big zip line too.
Right. So, I mean, if anybody could pull it off, it's Vegas. But I actually that's going to make me want to go to Vegas more often. That there's a baseball stadium there.
yes.
You go watch
Yes.
live baseball. I mean,
Yes.
that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Well, that's
How
the
long
thing,
till they
it's
get
like-
an NBA team? Because they've got three of the four now.
But that's what they're talking about too, is bringing the NBA to Vegas.
So who would go?
Well, there's
Oklahoma City Thunder?
Memphis Grizzlies might be a team that would go. That's a possibility.
New Orleans, possibly.
Yeah, New Orleans.
They've had
sense.
trouble. They've had trouble keeping people.
Yeah, New Orleans would make sense.
The only problem is that their ownership is the same as the Saints, so they'd have to sell the team, and then somebody would have to relocate them to Vegas. But there's a few NBA teams that are losing money that could make a move. I could totally see that.
When you go to Vegas, do you see a lot of like people that are just really cheesy, kind of cool people? What do you see?
You see everybody.
You see everybody.
And you see all walks of life from every continent in America, or in the world, rather.
In the world. Every continent.
Continent in America.
Even some penguins.
You'll see everybody down there. And you'll see, I mean, like broke people, poor people, rich people. I mean, you get every walk of life. And everyone's having a good time, too.
Yeah.
You don't see a person who's upset. Even like when they're losing their money, they're having a good time.
Well, there's a lot of energy, right? It probably feels good when people are cheering and the bells are going off and the whistles.
Well, everybody's kind of rooting for each other.
Yeah.
You know,
And the other half are in the bag.
You know what's funny, though, is that you don't see a lot of people.
Yardy Jägermeister.
A lot of people ain't drinking, though.
No?
I didn't see. I mean, people have cocktails and stuff, but no one's inebriated in Vegas. It's almost like there's too much to lose.
I was drunk for 4 days in Vegas.
All right, we'll take a moment. Buffalo Bills making those changes. A's
they had to make these moves.
Yeah, they did.
The idea was,
I think it's not a bad move
because if you start like extending people and restructuring contracts, eventually you'll end up like the Rams, where you got to pay the bill.
Right.
And at least the Rams won a Super Bowl. Imagine if they would have had to pay that bill without winning a Super Bowl and start over. So yeah, it sucks that you're going to lose Trey White. It sucks you're going to lose Mitch Morse, but you know what? You gotta
move on.
But you never know too. They may come back on a different deal. Yeah.
No, I think Morse is gone.
I think he should retire. Jesus,
no,
he's still
concussions. But he's still got a little juice left. It was a surprise that they released him, so he's going to catch on with somebody.
An encounter with a stranger. I came upon this on BuzzFeed, and we'll read you some of the weird things that people have had that an encounter with a stranger. And I'm thinking, Kevin, if there's anybody at this table that has had an encounter with a stranger that would be memorable, who do you think it would be? Who would have a story?
It's always going to be Dan.
It's always going to be Dan.
I would have said Stephanie Ide.
We will. That's true. She's not at the table, though. We will find out next. But first, CircuLaw, because the weekend's right around the corner. And sometimes in the weekend, unexpected things happen. Like maybe you thought you stopped drinking in time. You're driving home from gathering with some friends, blowing off a little steam, enjoying yourself. And you see lights. And you think, it's not Christmas. That's over. Oh, boy, I'm getting pulled over. That's where you need CircuLaw. Their foundation lives in the belief that everyone deserves a fair defense. So Steve Circu and his team will strive to ensure that your rights are protected. Whether you're facing a DWI or maybe you're accused of a crime you didn't knowingly commit, that can happen as well. CircuLaw will defend your rights and personal freedoms. They've litigated criminal cases of every scenario, and they believe preparation is key. And make sure to thoroughly prepare for every possible scenario. So if you've been charged with a crime and you need a defense attorney with integrity and experience both in and out of the courtroom, there's none better than CircuLaw. Reach them at 585-385-2510, or you can email them through their secure contact page at CircuLaw.com. Make sure your rights are protected with CircuLaw.
Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 96 in Victor, and online at VictorCDJR.com.
Iron Smoke Distillery in Fairport, New York. It's time to elevate your taste buds and experience the true essence of handcrafted goodness. Get your hands on a bottle of Iron Smoke whiskey. Let it envelope your tongue and just feel all the taste. Matter of fact, why don't you do that while taking in some live music over at Iron Smoke Distillery in Fairport, New York. Tonight, March 7th at 7:30. You've got a great 80s tribute show with Night Patrol. That's right, playing all your favorite 80s. Night Patrol. People have been wanting them for a while. Then tomorrow night, they have something called the Acoustic Sunset Sessions. It is free. It begins at 5 o'clock. Nice way to kind of wind down your week and ramp up your weekend. The Violent Mary Duo is performing. And then at 8:30, kick off your weekend, Friday, March 8th, with Cool Club and the Lipker Sisters. Always a lot of fun at Iron Smoke Distillery in Fairport, New York, baby.
Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
God damn it, Bill. I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in Kevin, especially because sometimes, even though he's a Patriots fan, he can't be the voice of reason. You all are expecting a dog to eat somebody's dick and for it to be shit out in the same shape it freaking went in. Why don't you eat a steak and see what it comes out as? See ya.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
I am going to defend myself. I have seen puppies, dogs eat, a sock. I told you the shoe sock came out. My dad had the knot was stuck, so he had to pull it out of the dog.
Oh, the knot was stuck.
Yes.
I wish the dog
the knot in the knot.
Okay.
The knot in the knot. Hey, by the way, today is National Oreo Cookie Day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Dad's gonna have a sleeve when he gets home.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
I never really was a huge fan of Oreo cookies, and one of the reasons I wasn't was this girl always brought them in third grade, and she had braces in third grade, and they would get stuck, and she'd smile at you, and I hated it. It was like gross. I can remember her name.
I've done it.
Dawn Osmond.
I thought it was going to be that your mom bought the cheap stuff. She bought them Hydrox ones.
Oh, no, that was my grandmother.
Those are terrible.
And my grandmother then would send in the things, and we had Hydrox socks. If you sent back enough of the things,
UPC
you got
symbols, yes.
You got Hydrox socks. So we all got Hydrox socks. Yeah.
And she thought she was doing the family a favor.
I just bought Brady 7-Eleven socks because he loves Slurpees, so I bought him 7-Eleven socks.
That's funny.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. That's cute. The Hydrox socks. I think my mother gave birth to my sister wearing Hydrox socks. I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure that that's true. The cookie founder's name is Sam Porcello, was often referred to as Mr. Oreo, Sam J. Porcello, after he introduced this sugary snack. The original recipe called for pork fat. How about that? Oh. So it was pork fat between the cookies. It's a fucking heart attack, dude. I'd love to know how long Porcello lived.
Do you think he's rolling over in his grave with all the new, double stuff, the mega stuff, the red velvet, the lemon?
I don't know. Did they do red velvet?
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
See, I like the vanilla. I think I had vanilla. I ate some edibles and then had Oreo cookies, and I couldn't stop eating the Oreo cookies.
I like the half and half. One side chocolate, one side vanilla.
Oh, haven't had that.
Yeah, the mulatto Oreo.
Oh, I like that.
You know who has a healthier version? Paul Newman.
Yeah. Oh, he does. Yeah, sure.
Go to hell with your healthy cookies.
That's boring.
Yeah, it is boring. I know.
All right. What year did Double Stuffed debut? What year did Double Stuffed?
1989.
89.
73.
You're the closest, 75.
Wow, okay.
I didn't know that. The original recipe didn't change much over the years until the favorite double stuffed Oreo cookie was introduced. But lard was a central ingredient in making the Oreo cookie early in the day.
Lard was big back in the day.
Yeah.
It still is at the Waffle House. If you go into Waffle House, don't they just scoop it on there? That scene with My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
Are you aware of the ongoing cholesterol problem in this country?
Oreo cookies are sold in over 100 countries. Outside of the United States, can you name the 4 other countries in the world where it's one of the top 5 countries where they're sold? United States, number 1.
Canada.
Canada is 4th.
China.
Number 2.
Spain.
No. The other 2 are hard to come up with. The other 2.
Venezuela.
Oh, my God. Shut the fuck up. Did you look?
No, I just get.
Number 3 is Venezuela.
I just picked a random.
They gotta give them something.
Oh, my
give
God.
them something to look forward to because there's nothing else to do in Venezuela.
How do you know? You've never been there.
It's in the news all the time. I mean, it can't be good.
All right. So United States, China, Venezuela, Canada. There's one more. Number 5.
Djibouti?
Uruguay.
Indonesia. Yeah, I mean, right. But it'd be one that you wouldn't really come up with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just little facts about the Oreo.
Now, here's the thing, though. Like, do they have all the same ingredients that they have in the United States?
I believe so. I believe it's the same cookies that they go around the world.
Because,
I'm
like,
sure.
you know, if you take a bottle of Heinz in France and a bottle of Heinz in the United States, the bottle of Heinz only has like 4, in France only has like 4 or 5 ingredients.
I don't know the answer to that. You're right. Sometimes they will adjust, and depending on, but I guess whatever their version of the FDA would be, I'm not sure.
Speaking of the FDA, I had to do this for your own benefit. Remember last week we talked about soap? And you said you like Coast?
Yes.
Okay, I found Coast at Wegmans.
Yes.
In Henrietta. I looked up how poisonous it is. It's at an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as
That's why you
poison.
got shit on your face.
The cheaper the soap, right, the more poisonous it is.
The fuck is this poison shit you're talking about?
I'm telling you, like if you go to this website or this app, Think Dirty, it'll tell you, like, if you're on the barcode, like from a scale from 0 to 10, how poisonous the product is.
I love Coast.
0 being not poisonous at all, 10 being the most poisonous thing you can put on your body. Coast is in an 8.
Do you have the app on your phone right now?
Yeah, I do.
Scan his water.
No, I think it's like cleaning products and stuff like that. It's not. I don't think it does.
Water's fine.
I'm trying to debunk this app real quick.
I'm not trying to. Okay. I mean, this is all right. Here, Think Dirty.
All right.
Right. I'm going to try to scan the barcode.
Dirty.
And we'll see what it is. I don't think it does water, but let's just for the heck of it. Yes, please scan a beauty or personal care product. So it doesn't do water.
Hold on.
What's a beauty product?
We got soap.
Where do we have soap?
We have soap?
Oh, we have soap. We have like Dawn dish soap.
We got hand sanitizer.
And hand sanitizer.
Okay, actually, I could show you. See, like, this is all the stuff that I scanned. See Coast?
Yes,
it's number 8.
All right, so what's the best?
The best is like that stuff that, the expensive crap. Like the
shit you get out of the river.
Dr. Squatch, which is like a 3.
Dr. Squatch was a 3?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll buy some.
Which isn't bad.
Maybe I'll buy some Dr. Squatch.
Like Dollar Shave Club shaving cream is like an 8.
Yeah.
Jack Black's at a 5. Old Spice is at an 8. That's CeraVe stuff. You got to be careful with that too.
What
That's
about
up there.
what about
Dove?
Yeah,
I use Dove.
I didn't measure Dove.
Free and clear.
Let me look at the
Dawn.
The Dawn stuff. Let's see if like Dawn registers.
All right, Dawn. Here we go. Dawn on a scale
With
of
the duck
poison.
on the cover.
I'm pissed. I like Coast.
Oh, keep using it. Don't let Danny scare you.
Dawn. It says I got to like unlock it with a free trial. I have to pay for it, so it won't show me like how.
How many do you get a day that are free? Or did you already use up your
I think
free?
I might have just used my free one, but let me do the Purell real quick and see if I can get that.
You're not going to get it.
Purell, again, free trial. So it's not unlocked. So you only get so many freebies a day.
Fake news over here.
Well, I don't know.
I'm trying to protect you people.
The masses.
I hear you.
I'm trying to protect you. Like Billy, he just had something removed off his face.
Yes.
Basically, because he's using Coast. Coast.
No, probably because I laid in the sun as a kid or was out in the sun without sunscreen.
Or something else was on his face when he was younger.
Well, that could be too. That's right.
So, just looking out for you
something
people.
else in my face. Whipped cream. Cake.
Vagine.
Beer.
Hydrox.
All right. Encounter with a stranger. I'm going to read these. This is some weird weird encounters. This was on BuzzFeed. Sitting with a Tinder date, this person writes. I go to sip the drink he just brought back. The waitress bumped into me, spilling it. She apologized profusely, then escorted me to the restroom to quote-unquote clean up, where she informed me the date had dropped something into my glass. Police were on the way. Stranger probably saved my life.
Huh.
How weird would that be? First of all, that waitress, that's where you got to give her a huge tip. But how often do we think people are dropping some kind of roofie in someone else's?
At least as a guy, I've never thought about it at all.
I've never thought about it either.
But you and I know somebody who we worked with who had that happen to her.
Yes, we do.
I went home with a nasty headache after going out with Greg the other night.
A new study published in the journal Psychology of Violence.
They had a psychology for that?
Psychology of Violence. On Monday, suggests drink spiking, drugging someone by illicitly slipping a drug like GHB or Xanax into a Xanax.
Makes you sleepy.
Yeah, I know. May be significantly more widespread than previous believed. Now, they did a survey of 6,000 students at 3 U.S. universities. 462 people responded, and 7.8% self-reported that they had been drugged before.
Wow.
That seems high.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but I go, how do you know that it's not just a hangover?
What if this waitress is just a scorned lover of this gentleman, and he's bringing this new girl in to stick it to her?
I don't know because
she's just being a bitch.
They don't give you any more details in this Reddit thing, so I'm assuming that the guy probably got arrested and she's telling the truth. But you're right. I don't know. Of those who reported having been drugged, 12.1% reported being the victims of unwanted sexual touching. Okay, because you're not able to resist as much. And 5.4% reported that what study authors term forced sexual intercourse. That would be like having necrophilia, right? If somebody's on all Xanaxed out.
Yeah, why would you want to do that?
And I don't know what GHB does, but I would assume something just as similar.
Watch every episode of Law & Order SVU. You'll figure it out real quick.
That or NCIS.
No, NCIS is crimes against the Navy.
I'm sorry.
That's more like sexual stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So University of South Carolina women's studies professor Suzanne Swan led the study, told the website Broadly, I guess it's called, that she, like many long, assumed this type of infraction was extremely rare. And she said, I had no idea that drink spiking was happening until students started bringing it up from time to time. Since there's hardly any research in this area, I decided to get some data and figure out what was going on. Wow.
That's pretty scary. That's very, very scary.
But I've never been, as a guy, I don't think we think about it, right? No. I wouldn't think about it. Do you ever?
I wouldn't even know where to get the stuff.
Well,
No, I'm saying like...
Or do it.
I don't even mean that. I don't mean like we'd be the ones to do it. I'm saying I don't ever think that my drink could get spiked.
Look at me. Nobody's roofing me.
If anybody puts anything in your drink, it's for a prank.
They're going to tranquilize you.
I'm going to get hit with a blow dart gun first.
Yeah.
Right in the neck.
Yeah, it'd be like a prank, like putting farting powder in your father's coffee.
Yes.
It'd be like one of those types of things. It wouldn't be like trying to like seduce a dude, you know?
No.
I mean, or trying to steal their money, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there was those stupid urban legends about like taking medical students who try to remove a kidney, but we all know that's BS. But I mean,
Dan, did you believe that for a while?
No.
Did you believe that conspiracy a little bit?
Somebody said that at Fisher once, and we all were like, come on, get on.
That's bullshit, but shit in a glitter box in high school's not.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't think of that stuff. I was told by my cousin before I left for college, he goes, you have a drink in your hand, you put it down. Don't plan on picking it back up.
That's a good point because, look, someone could spit in it, do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to love to go to Patham's, and I would stand right next to the wall, pee in the cup, and then put it up on, they had that thin little rail that went around.
Yeah.
And it was the color of beer. And I used to love to watch somebody and go, oh my God, it's warm. And then I'd start laughing. I would pee in cups and leave it there.
Because it would look like beer.
Because that is the level of maturity.
Thank God there wasn't social media back then. Because you'd be in fucking jail.
God.
In the pre-med student.
You know what? You might be. No one drank it. I wouldn't let anybody drink it. And I think I did take it to, well, not always, but I think I did take it to the bathroom and flush it.
Yeah.
But I used to right there in Patham's, whip it out while no one was looking. And
there were like no rules at Patham's.
I don't know if you get arrested for not drinking or just whipping your dick out in public.
Well, that's true too. That's true too.
Pre-med student comes by, hey, Bill, that's awfully foamy. You may want to drink more water.
There's a mole on your dick. Let's cut that off.
Yeah, I got here's another one. I got in an elevator at a mall with a woman about twice my age when I was 20. We stood in silence to the third floor. When she went to get off the elevator, she turned to me and smiled and said, have a nice life. And we walked in opposite directions. I think about that woman often because of that line. Did you ever have restraint? Like, well, think about this. If somebody, like a stranger says that to you, that'd be weird. But it wouldn't bother you. But if you had a friend that got off the elevator and goes, have a nice life, you'd be like, what? I'm not going to talk to you on Tuesday? What's going on?
Yeah. Are you dying? What's going on? I had a teacher once, a student teacher I said that to. She was in music class. We knew it was her last day. So I didn't know what else to say to her. I said, well, have a nice life. And
you said that to who?
To the student teacher, because it was her last day teaching. Oh. And I said, have a nice life. And I didn't know that I was saying anything wrong. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I thought that would be appropriate because I was never going to see this teacher again.
It might be.
And she was like, oh, thanks, Dan.
Well, it's kind of sad.
Asshole.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that what was meant by that.
And we're back to Dan being autistic.
Was the stranger good looking in this?
I don't know. This is all that's written on the BuzzFeed. So I don't want to, like, we can assume all the other stuff. I have no idea. Here's one, though, that'll freak you out a little bit. This is pretty good.
Does it make you wish you want to talk to her? You would have talked to her if she had.
No,
said
this
that?
person. What? That I have a nice life.
Yeah.
Well,
because now I'm like wondering, like, what? Okay.
What does she know that I don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was she really there?
Or was she? Yeah. It's just something that this person said.
Maybe
they think
the
about
person
often.
got roofied in this one from the last one.
All right. I was working a service counter in retail in 1998, expecting my first baby. A young man, very skinny and dressed in brown, came in.
The UPS guy.
Stood several feet back from the counter and looked at me. I greeted him a few times and he didn't react. You know, like, hey, can I help you? Hello. After several minutes, he came forward and said very quickly, you're 6 months pregnant and you're going to have a boy. The dad's not around, but that's okay. You got this. The baby's coming very soon, early, but don't worry. He'll do good. Before I could say anything, he left the store. He was right about everything.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah. That would freak you out.
Yeah, that would freak me out.
That would freak you. That would freak
It
you.
was like an
That
angel
no.
walking in. And
Would you
telling-
think? Would you think angel or would you think devil?
I would, if it were true,
Danny?
I think it would be a devil wouldn't want to approach me. Somebody with a spirit they don't want to approach, but an angel possibly. They're telling me to warn me about something.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's going to be okay.
In a way, isn't that nice to know?
It is nice to know.
I think she made it up.
Well, of course you do. Of course you do.
You have to believe in this stuff, Kevin.
Well,
because
you don't have to believe in anything.
No, I mean, no. Say people like don't just share this stuff just to make stuff up, just for. Oh, I'm not saying it's religious or whatnot.
This is on BuzzFeed. He may be right. They could be making it up completely, but I'm trying to think. I know I've had encounters with strangers, but I can't. Nothing that was super memorable that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. I do know of
Just a couple good one night stands for me.
Did you have a couple good night stands with strangers?
I don't know.
So I don't believe.
Did you ever not know someone's name that you slept with? Like you didn't even know their name?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Danny?
My no.
You knew everybody's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You knew their whole backstory. Come on.
my wife told me a story. I'm not a fan of mediums or anything like that. Or they call them media. I don't know. But anyway, mediums.
Mama medium.
She was at an event once, and this one guy who happened to be a medium was there at a party, and he noticed her kind of standing by herself, and he goes, "You okay?" And she started telling the person about like her life situation, what's going on, how she'd been divorced, she was seeing another guy or seeing someone, and that wasn't going well, and then there's this other guy she was interested in, that wasn't going well, and he goes, "Listen, don't worry about the two guys that you hung up on or your ex-husband. Another one's coming." That another one that was coming
is you.
Ended up being me. Yeah.
All over her face.
Would you?
Why you said that word?
I didn't mean it like that, Billy.
And all she said was, "God damn it."
All right, one more. Strangers, encounters with a stranger. This person writes, when I was 15, I used to ride the bus for 5 hours and 35 miles every Friday so that I could practice with my band. It was actually 4 different bus changes, so I ran into a lot of colorful characters. It was a city bus in a major metropolitan area. Well, one time, this older, homeless, eccentric-looking gentleman boarded the bus with a bottle of wine and a brown paper bag. His lips were stained. He was clearly drunk, but not to the point of being a problem or anything. He sat across the aisle from me, and I was thinking, oh, great, here we go. But he was calm, and eventually we started conversing. I was uncomfortable at first, but we discussed some interesting things and shared our philosophies. After a while, his stop came up. This man, who I'd never met before and who knew nothing about my background, stood up and took my hand in his and kissed it. Now, at first, I was thinking, great, this guy's a creep who's into 15-year-old boys. But then I looked into his eyes and realized he wasn't being creepy at all. There was no devious intention. He looked at me and said, I know the pain you were feeling. You lost your mother. Do not despair. She is with you. Then he explained, and I've never heard of this, and I didn't even look it up. I'm a seraphim of the highest order. Seraphim of the highest order.
Seraphim and cherubim are like in the Bible. They're like angels or angelic creatures.
Okay, so I'm a seraphim of the highest order. I'm not familiar. And did a sort of theatrical curtsy and walked off the bus. I was left dumbfounded. The thing is, my mother had passed away from cancer less than a year before that. I was feeling completely lost without her. It was the darkest time of my life. He was this random homeless man, knew this about me. How this random homeless man knew this about me, I'll never know. He was like a character from the movie Dogma. maybe he really was a seraphim of the highest order. It still gives me chills thinking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be a little freaky.
Do you think that there's angels that come down?
I believe in angels. Yes, that can warn you stuff or tell you about things. Yeah. I don't know that they would come in the appearance of drunkards, but I mean, I do believe that, yes, absolutely.
But like acting, this is why he's on the bus. Nobody else. I'm here to talk just to Dan.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring a lot of attention to myself. People are not going to pay us, that homeless guy.
So he's dressed up in a certain way.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Know.
I can totally see that.
And the only message is everything's going to be okay.
I mean, I've heard of a story where there was this one girl whom she got jumped by a couple of guys and, was assaulted, right? And so another woman, so they show it on the news that this woman had been assaulted. They described the person and where it happened. This girl was watching on television, sees this. She goes, I know the guy. I know exactly what she's talking about. So she goes and picks the guy out of a lineup and says, that's the guy. And then she goes, can I talk to him? And the police are like, why do you want to talk to him? Because I walked by him and he didn't attack me. So he goes, sure.
Are you offended?
No, she goes, why didn't you?
Wait, I'm not that hot.
He goes, I walked right by you. She goes, and the guy goes, yeah, you were with two men. I didn't want to rustle two guys. She goes, I was walking by myself. In other words, there were two guardian angels around her as she walked by, and this guy sees them. He's like, well, I'm not going to mess with her. She's with two guys. Does that make sense?
This sounds a little made up that she would then want to go talk to him and find out. I don't, but it could be. Here's the thing that I think. You ever look back on a situation whenever it's over, whatever the situation is, maybe financial, maybe relationship, maybe like what Beth was told.
Yeah.
Right? She's got a guy, it's not going well, a divorce, another guy she's sort of interested in, and somebody says, but when you look back, everything always works out. It may not work out the way you think it is in the back then, but most of the time it works out better. And that's what I was saying earlier. And stop banging your head against the wall and just believe. Just believe that it's all going to work out, because I do think everything pretty much works out. Yeah. I think there's some tough things that we don't fully understand in our human capability. I think death is one of those. And both of you guys have gone through something I've never gone through: the loss of parent.
Yes.
Right. That can turn your on your head, your world on your head.
Absolutely.
Really
it was a rough time.
I'm sure, and I'm sure
I've lost
it's rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, I've lost a sibling too. I mean, it's something that it's one thing also when you see it coming. Like my father, we knew he had cancer. It was just a matter of time.
Yes.
With my sister, it was like
sudden.
Drop dead after a Bills game.
Yeah,
like whoa,
I don't know. I don't know what's the better one. I don't know, because the pain has to be the same for both, even whether you can prepare for it or not. I don't know.
There's no way to measure it.
I guess
there's no way to measure it.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. I think it's different when it's a parent, because the parent raised you your entire life. Your sister, in my case, she lived so far away and we didn't live in the same house. She was my father's daughter from a previous marriage.
Yes.
Right. So while we were close, we didn't have that everyday relationship. We weren't growing up together.
Right.
So it was a little bit different, I mean, if I lost one of my siblings now, I'd be just as devastated, maybe more devastated. I don't know.
Right.
Especially if it happened all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's another thing when, at least when you find out.
Don't worry, you're going to be the first sibling to go.
Well,
don't you think?
At least if it's like a terminal illness, now you got time to prepare for.
You do. I just don't know. I don't know when it does happen.
If it's me that's dying, I want the quick. I don't want the terminal. I don't want the long distance. I want to go tomorrow.
Yes, I can understand that from your point. I'm just saying, for your kids and stuff, to prepare for it. I don't know when the final thing actually happens, even though it's coming more so than you did for your sister. Does it make when it actually happens any less painful?
I think you start overthinking it at a certain point. If dad just goes, he just goes.
Yeah.
The other thing too is when you know.
I've had both situations. My mom just went and my dad lasted, and it was a little bit easier with my mother because it was gone.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could think about it with it.
I
What could we do different, or what else could we do? Or
when you know it's coming, it's like Kevin said, you go through the stages of grief too, like bargaining, denial, acceptance, and all that stuff, and you fluctuate between those.
Yeah.
What can I do? Is there something I could have done, or it's. it's difficult.
I didn't mean to make it heavy, but
that's what we're here for.
But I think my point with this too, though, goes back to, like, let's take Beth's situation where the guy says to her, "Hey, whatever's going, stop banging your head against the wall.
Let life come to you."
That's why I'm saying go back to the thing. If you're looking for a connection, if she was looking for a connection with somebody, stop banging your head against the wall and trying to make something work that just isn't going to. Something better, something that does fit everything you want is there. Just let it come in. Just let it come in. You know, because I really believe that that's the thing, and but we'll get ourselves all twisted about it. Look, then just because that's what I'm saying is, like, the players probably will change, right? If you feel like you're banging your head against the wall, you are banging your head against the wall. That is true. You are. You're frustrated. It's not working. Stop. If you're looking for, like, your job, you know, I don't like my job. You want to go someplace where you feel like you're valued and you can have creativity and all. Go back to those base feelings. It may not be the place you think you're going to go. You may find an even better place than you are now. Same thing with the relationship. That's the thing. That's where I go, I don't know why. I've been thinking about that a lot in the last 24 hours, and I'm just like, I'm not forcing shit anymore. Fuck it. I don't care.
Like Van Wilder says, don't take life serious.
Yes.
You'll never get out alive.
That's right.
That's one thing. Yeah, don't take yourself nor life too seriously. I will say this, though.
Yes.
You mentioned these stories about people who are telling people. Now, they went and found these people. They didn't accept any money for it. They actually just kind of tipped them off to what's going to happen. These stories. There are people who are charlatans who try to take people's money.
Yes.
So I have a plan. So between the three of us, we should have a safe word where we know if this person's ripping us off. Like, if one of us should pass, we go to the medium and they try to communicate with one of us, and we have the safe word, and we know if they're full of crap by using this safe word. So we ask about the safe word, and if that safe word isn't used, then we know that they're full of it. I think that's a great foolproof plan.
AFib.
I like that. I like that as the word.
Okay,
I like
AFib. That's the word.
All right, we'll take a moment. An advice thing that I didn't get to, I think it was last week. I dug that up again, and we will get to that next. But first, Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes entering a new chapter in their existence with the food truck, which will be doing pop-ups, but you can also have at your backyard party. Look, the warm weather we've been having starts making you think about things you may do in the warmer weather months, right? You start thinking of parties or graduations you've got or birthday parties for somebody. Well, if you want to have the food truck show up, or you want to have Poppy do some catering with Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes delicious menu, well, go to platesandshakes.com and start locking that down now, because this is going to be extremely popular and they'll be very busy. And it's really first come, first serve. So get on there and let's lock it down at platesandshakes.com.
Call Connors and Ferris at 262-COMP today.
Mac of all trades. Man, we've had some nice weather in our area, and it makes you start thinking about being outside, and maybe you looked into your backyard and went, I really don't have anywhere to entertain. Call Mac of all trades at 585-202-9218. If you're looking to have a concrete patio with some design, they can do that. They can build you an outdoor kitchen. Maybe you have a deck, but it's starting to fall apart. You just don't have the time to repair it, and you want something a little bigger and maybe split level, double levels, whatever. They can do all of that. You can see a lot of what they do at macofalltrades.net. From big stuff like full backyard, outdoor kitchens, to maybe just repairing your deck because you can't get to it. Mac of all trades. Make the warm weather months your best months to be outside and fully enjoy your home. With Mac of all trades, 585-202-9218 and online at macofalltrades.net.
Leave Billify a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Billy, it's cool. Last time it was the explosive hot dog. Now it's, I got sprayed through the screen door with some shit, hair lip. Whatever. If you're taking hot loads, it's no big deal, hair lip. So fuck. If there's anything wrong with that.
Forgot about the explosive hot dog.
It's alright, it's okay, you're fine, buddy.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
He laughs like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Skeletor.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is. He is one of my favorite callers.
He's great.
You can leave us a message anytime.
What's his name again?
585-206-8066.
Is it Charlie or?
He
sounds like a Charlie.
I should know, but I don't. I don't know. Do you think you are cool?
No.
Do you think you're cool, Kevin?
Absolutely not. I don't need to be cool anymore.
So someone asked 35,000 Americans that question.
You had time to do that?
35,000 Americans. So I don't know what they say. Someone, I'm not sure. I don't know if this was like a YouGov poll.
Mm-hmm.
What percentage of Americans do you think said that they were cool?
78%.
Did they confuse this with temperature, or was it specified out to them that?
No, they knew what it meant.
We had a boss once ask Billy, "Hey, did Tommy say anything about my lunch with him? Because I'm cool."
64%.
I want Tommy to know I'm cool. Because I'm cool, right?
Wait. The guy that's no longer on the planet?
Yes.
Yeah. He had a lunch with Tommy, and he wanted to know if he said...
Because I'm cool. Because I want Tommy to think I'm cool.
Yeah.
But he didn't mean it like I'm cool, like I'm hip, like I'm a good guy. You can tell me anything. I'm a good boss.
Yeah.
Not like... Because I'm cool. I'm cool, right?
They came to me and asked me about every... well, that guy did. The others wouldn't talk to me. I don't know. It was a very strange...
It was just funny, like, because I'm cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cool, man.
What percentage, Kevin, do you think?
64.
64. Kevin, again, closer. 53%.
Wow.
I think that's high.
47% of the country's being honest.
29% said no, and 17% said they're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
I'm not sure if I'm
what
cool.
determines being cool now, though?
I don't know.
Breaking out.
If you ask my kids, absolutely not.
Breaking out into a random song during the day.
You're far less likely to think you're
Sharks.
cool if you live in the Midwest. Only 44% of Midwesters think they're cool.
Something else to do in the Midwest, but be cool.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. It's kind of an odd thing, but the only reason that jumped off the page at me is last night we talked about or on the last episode, talked about a survey of men, and it was about that half of men feel pressure to act manly. If you feel pressure to act manly, there's no fucking
cool.
way you're cool. I'm sorry, you're not cool.
I don't feel like I'm cool. I think I'm interesting.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah,
you're definitely interesting.
I have it's just different things in life, and I'll go up to anybody and talk to people. I don't give who.
That's what they call you, Curious Kevin.
We were talking, and when I went to a concert, we parked next to these random women, and I just struck up a conversation just because they were there and I was drinking.
Hey, baby, where's the fire?
In your pants. Wow, that's interesting. All right, yeah, I don't know. Do I think I'm cool? I don't
know if I am interesting.
I don't know. I may say, yeah, I guess.
Commentary.
I mean, I know I do cool shit. Mm-hmm. I do shit that I think is cool.
I think part of being cool.
I say the same thing. I think I do fun shit.
Yeah, I think I do cool shit. Like I love, racing cars. I'll do that once in a while, and I love do stand up. I'll do that once in a while, and I think this is fun. And so I do. I mean, I think I do cool shit. Am I cool? I don't know.
And I hang out with fun people.
And that's not my.
And Dan.
That's not. I would say that's not my definite. That's not for me to define.
Right.
But I would say I think I do cool shit that interests me, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're practically the Dos Equis guy.
Well, I don't know about that.
The most interesting man in the Pillowfied.
Oh, there you go.
No, I mean, I think there's certain boxes.
Like you're in a band.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes me cool.
No, but that's a cool thing.
It is a cool thing.
So again, I would say that cool has to be defined by others.
Yes,
I can't.
You can't define cool.
I don't think you can define yourself as cool. You can say I do cool things. Maybe I'm cool, or maybe like okay. I'll say this
because what made you a cool kid back in the day in like school? What made you cool? Was it because you had the certain clothes, or was it because of the people you hung out with?
I think it was because of the people that would draw themselves to you. Like Colin Cowherd always says, there's this thing called quarterback face, right? So at a young age, if you're a good athlete and and you're a good-looking kid, all the boys think you're cool and all the girls think you're cute.
Yeah.
So you have this quarterback face, and then you automatically get the ball no matter what. You're the guy that everybody's drawn to.
Okay.
And then if you get accepted by that guy, then you have to be cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when we worked together, everybody wanted to be friends with you or Tommy because you were the funny guys in the building. And if you liked them, then they had to be cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll tell you what I think.
I don't think you can name yourself cool.
I don't think you can either. That's what I'm saying. I think it has to be somebody else.
To be the other way
but
around.
But people do look for that validation, though.
Sure they
from
do.
the cool guy that they respect.
Yeah.
He likes me. I got to be cool.
Well, you knew who.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you're cool, and you're thinking I'm cool. That's not you thinking you're cool.
But I think that's what goes through people's heads.
No, but we all knew who the cool kids were.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you kind of knew who that.
Who was your Zach Morris in your school? You know, like that's what I mean. I'm using that as an example. I'm not asking. I'm like, it
was him.
You know.
No, I think there was a couple others. It depended. As I got higher up,
he was more Slater.
No, when I got higher up in the grades, I think by my senior year, some of the guys had just sort of faded off.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't playing sports anymore. They weren't considered as cool, and I was doing every dumb, stupid fucking thing. Like if shit was going
Bob's
down,
away!
If shit was going down, I was involved, or I knew about it.
Yeah.
I was involved, or I knew about it. That much I could tell you.
Yeah, you were
the guy.
You were the expert on the Poughkeepsie News at 6:00. We have our chaos expert Bill Moran.
You were the guy in high school, and it sounds like from the stories you tell, you were the guy at Fisher too.
I tell stories of
amongst your group of people.
I would say no, but I mean, I think this, like most of the time, like, when we worked to get at that place, I just kept my head down. I just went and worked. I just wanted to win. I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I think that when any point in my life where I just focused on like doing something and my, at the time, my family, that was it. I didn't care. I didn't give a shit what anybody else thought.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually made it cool because then they're like, well, what's he doing? And that's what I always tried to tell my boys is like, go stop worrying about what everybody else thinks and go do you. Right? You want to be a great athlete? Go work on just that and let people go, hey, what's he doing over there? Instead of trying to react and fit in and do all this stuff. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but that's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And stop trying to prove or whatever. I always think that when you are trying, not always, but a lot of times when we do things to spite somebody else, I'm going to fuck their life up. It never goes well for you.
No.
Even internally, you don't feel great about yourself. It may work out and then nothing happens. But
you feel good for like a split second.
But you're going to feel shitty. You're going to feel shitty about that.
Yeah.
Build it, they will come.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I go, why don't you just go focus on something else? Eventually, something's going to pay off. But, trying to spite or fight or go back or they did me wrong, I'm going to fucking show them. Show yourself.
Yes.
Don't show them.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Prove to you.
Fuck them. They didn't care about you before. They don't care about you now. Nobody cares about you. Like I started out saying, nobody gives a shit. You just, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great.
Well, we had a boss once, a different boss, who was told he could never be a program director by a boss of his. So he decided, Bob. He told us the story, and he said that he set out his entire career to prove that guy wrong. And when he finally got to that point where he was a program director, the guy didn't remember him.
Yeah. Well, but look, Michael Jordan built his whole life on that same thing, right? And whatever's going to motivate you. My point is, though, think about how much frustration and anger and feeling that is. I'm going to show them. Mm-hmm. How about I'll show me? I think this would be a really interesting idea, and I'm just going to do it instead of, I'm going to show them. I think, like, once I started even doing that with the break room, I stopped thinking about, when I thought about I'll tell you where it was. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you exactly where it was. I remember thinking, because there was a lot of this, what's Weez doing, what's Weez saying? There was all this fighting. We were the enemy now, and shit was being said, and all kinds of crap. I had to call and apologize to him for something I don't even remember, but I got wind that he was upset. It was all this turmoil going on. And I remember when somebody had come back into town and had taken over the stations, and they got, there's ratings, and they got, and then there were trends. And trends are just like a monthly thing that would show you how they're doing. And this person went to majority of the clients that we had on the break room. And when this person came back, they were really trying to get that Weezer show. I even hate talking about radio, to be quite honest with you. It makes just because it makes you sound bitter, and I'm not. I'm just saying that.
Tell a story. That's all.
Well, yeah, but I feel like that's the case. But so they were trying to like push him, market him out there because the name was so big, and there were a lot of people that were very, very upset because they thought there was what was called confusion, that people were still writing down the old station than the new station. So no matter what you did, whatever I did, right, and I took this stuff personally, you were never getting the credit. There was not one person who was over in another camp that even when the ratings were higher for us, that they would ever believe that it had nothing, it wasn't you, it was confusion. It wasn't you, it was confusion. There's no way it wasn't you, it was confusion. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're right. I don't know. So, but this time, the trends came out, and allegedly, I didn't see them, we had a 0. And this person went around to every single client and told them we had a 0. So, meaning like nobody was listening to the break room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I thought, you know what? Just stop thinking about them and worrying about what they're saying and stop. And I only found out because somebody came to me, and then I found out who it was that did it, and I found out what other clients heard, and it bothered me for a little while. And I remember one morning sitting down in my office before I went to work. I had an office in my house, and I remember sitting there going, you know what? I'm just going to focus on doing what I believe is great. And in the end, when I decided to leave there, the show was decidedly number 1. I would fucking argue with anybody that at that point, which was almost 2 years later, or at least a year after the 0 thing, by that point, there was such air between us and Weeze's show. There was air. There was no fucking confusion at that point. Suck my dick, there was confusion, assholes. But it was because I stopped thinking about you. I didn't give a shit what you thought. Go do your thing. And that's kind of how I have to do. But I remember those confusion things. And even when I left and went over, I think every manager, every person was like, there was a lot of confusion. Was there? Mm-hmm. Was there? Okay.
Yeah, if you say so.
Because I also will tell you that somebody who was the head of that organization had pulled me and said, you guys did unbelievably. That the fact that you did unbelievably. Yeah, I knew. Mm-hmm. But I stopped focusing on, worrying about what are they going to think. And just do what you believe is best. Do what you believe is best, and everything will always work out.
Compete with yourself.
2 years ago, says this text.
2 years.
One of my good friends went out with this girl twice. He liked her, but she didn't like him, so it ended there.
They went out twice.
They went out twice.
So she gave him a second chance.
Yes.
Okay.
So it ended there. They went out twice. See Kevin's head go. So I knew who this girl was, but we had never met. Right? I had heard about her, saw pictures, knew that. When we did, we recognized each other and started talking. We really hit it off and have now gone on 4 dates and are really clicking. On our last date, we run into my friend. It was so awkward. After the date, I had a nasty voicemail from my friend telling me that I'm disrespecting him. Am I a bad friend for dating the girl and violating bro code, or is this girl fair game? Now, I always thought bro code was like, if you went out with somebody for a while, but he really liked her, I probably would stay away myself.
And if you went on 2 dates.
But they went on 2 dates.
They weren't married. It's not the guy's mom. I think
there was a lot of time in between there.
A lot of air. A lot of air. No confusion.
A lot of air. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
I don't mean to get.
No, I was going to use that. To be honest with you, I think it's fair game. Bro code, I think guys throw the word bro code around.
Bro code.
Or the term bro code around way too liberally, way too often. To me, like there's nothing wrong. It didn't click with them, but maybe it'll click with these two. So they owe it to themselves to explore that. It's not like,
Yeah, but it was, I think there was time, and I wrote back and I never got a response saying how much time, because he went out with her 2 years ago. Is this present day? So 2 years later? And I don't know. Is this like your best friend? Are you hanging out with him all the time? Or is it just a casual person and then there you go?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
If you're invested for a month, 2 months, 3 months, then yes, it's bro code. If it's 2 dates,
No. Yeah, I'm with Kevin.
I think you're good. Less than a month, you're good.
Yeah, that's silly. Just keep going, man. That's ridiculous. Just I think somebody's got their ego bruised that it didn't work out with them.
Especially if
that's what it is.
If he didn't get her in bed, then it's definitely
like if after 2 dates and you feel like heartbroken, okay, that's one thing. But like, how much did you really have invested? It was just missed expectations. But like, it's not like you had a relationship. You went on a couple of dates. So no, I think that's ridiculous. I think good for the other couple. Let them explore it.
Well, but see, it's so easy for us to say that. But what if you went out with the chick and you really liked her and you had told your buddy, yeah, man, I'm really into this chick. Look at her, isn't she hot? Blah, 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 blah. You go out another date and you're like, it didn't work out. Then all of a sudden, like 6 months, a year later, you're walking and all of a sudden you see them together. That would sting a little.
It would sting, but how close are you with the buddy now, too?
I don't know.
That's the other thing.
Because, all right, have you ever had anybody call you and say, do you mind if I date so-and-so?
No.
No. Now, I've known people who have done that. Say, hey, do you mind if I date so-and-so or whatever? I've even had I knew a guy who sometimes relationships will dovetail, right? You're not exactly out of one, and then you wind up starting a new one. And there was a woman who was not exactly out of one, and she started a new one. And I knew the guy, and I was with him, and the guy, we happened to be in a bar, and he had started seeing this woman on a pretty regular basis. They might have been 2-3 weeks in, and there's that guy that she was with last. And he came up to this guy and he said, hey, were you with her? And he said, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you. He said, I thought things were over with you, and yes, I was. And the guy goes, well, thanks for being honest. He walked away. I was waiting to see, like, whoa, what's going to happen?
Fight.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was actually, he goes, all right, thank you.
Was this recently?
Within the last 4 years, yeah,
Okay.
I was living by myself. Yeah, I was out with.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, woo. Yeah. I was waiting to see.
Yeah,
I was like,
when I was in college, my best friend and I dated the same girl, not the same time. We were in the same class, and she started dating him. And then when things fizzled out, she came to me, and I said, "Do you mind if I date her?"
You asked her.
I asked, yeah, because like they weren't really dating.
Yeah,
they were, And I was like, he's like, yeah, sure. So we kind of dated for a while, and things kind of fizzled out. She wasn't my type, but we found out like a year later she started dating this other dude that we didn't know, and that didn't work out. So then she started dating his best friend.
Yeah.
So she dates his best friend for like 2 years. I'm like, wow, I told my best friend, this sounds kind of familiar, right? So then after the best friend and her break up, she goes back to the previous best friend, the other guy, and now they're married here like 20 years later.
Well, who knows?
But I mean, I think it's kind of weird that you're dating pairs of guys.
Maybe you figure it out. Maybe there's a certain style you like. You ever look at it, look at groups of kids. Like I always love to watch. When my kids were little, I can tell what group they fit because they all dress alike. They all right. They all do.
Yeah.
And so you see that, and maybe that was her style. She liked a certain group of guy or a certain type of guy. I don't know, but but like 9/11, right? 9/11, you had a bunch of firemen lost. Yeah. And then the fire. The company would take care of the widows. Yeah. And sometimes some of these guys were still married and would all of a sudden they were leaving their family because they were bonded over this thing and they wound up with that other woman.
A lot.
Yeah, it happened. There were a few stories
Didn't Pete
like
Davidson talk about that, like in the King of Staten Island or something? I don't know.
I don't remember. He may have.
But I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
She goes, "Ma, you're dating another firefighter?" I know a guy back home.
Oh, come on, Kevin.
St. Olaf, right?
Kevin? Here we go.
Kevin?
Picture it. Silver Creek, 1998, right? So, actually about 2003. So that second Gulf War breaks out.
Yeah.
So there's this local area politician, like a city town councilman or whatever. And this councilman, he has to go off to Iraq because he's in the reserves or something like that. So a relative of mine's mother-in-law goes, hey, you're in the American Legion. Why don't you go and check on his wife and see if she needs anything? And they end up having an affair. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. We're only human, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Some men are just magnetic animals. I
guess
That's
so.
what it is.
Oh, we're done?
Wrapping it up.
Wow.
Wrapping it up.
So what did we learn today?
We learned that
To let go.
To let go. Let go. Just let go and go for what you want. Stay focused on what you want at its core, and everything will work out, I promise.
And our safe word is AFib.
AFib. For Kevin Muir, Dan Barillo, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wrote a letter to you.